developing story right now, and Evans Kakai has officially announced his bid for Member of Parliament in the Kabuchai by-election race set to take place on 4th March. Even though Evans is an independent candidate, he is the darling of the Tanga faction, and Deputy President William Ruto's team has promised to support him to victory. Kabuchai by-election will be hotly contested, especially being a Ford Kenya stronghold for many years. Although ODM party has shown interest in the by-election, although it is yet to name its candidate, two other candidates have declared their interest in the seat under the banner of Ford Kenya and are waiting for the party nominations. All right, so now that is the latest of when it comes to that by-election that is expected next year. And so I bring in my colleague in Kakamega County, Willie Lusige. Good morning. So talk to us about this hotly contested by-election that is supposed to happen next year in March 2021.
Good morning, Brenda, and our viewers. Yes, indeed, the campaign mood has already been set in Kabuchai for the by-election that is expected to take place on March for this new year that is coming on January, and is also similar to the same to another by-election that will be held in Kakamega County in Matungu. So most of the focus now has shifted to Kabuchai in Bungoma, because we have seen a number of candidates coming up and declaring their candidature for the by-election, and the latest entrant being Evans Kakai, who has said that he'll be running for that by-election as an independent candidate, but he has been a long ally to the Deputy President William Ruto, even when he was serving as a board member at the Kenya Revenue Authority Board in Nairobi before he left that position in March 2018. So he has already declared his interest for that seat, and he has said he'll be running as an independent candidate. And also the Tanga faction that is allied to the Deputy President has come out clearly to say that they will be supporting Kakai as their candidate, even though he is an independent candidate in Kabuchai, which is a similar occurrence to what happened in Msambweni, where the Tanga faction supported one of the candidates, even though he was an independent candidate. And the entry of Kakai has caused a lot of panic and fear in Kabuchai, because we know this is the political backyard of Ford Kenya party leader Moses Masika Wetangula, and the member of parliament who was in charge of that constituency, who died on 4th December, that is James Lusweti, was the member of parliament for Kabuchai, using the Ford Kenya party ticket for the 2 terms that he served, because that was his 2nd term. And this is now bringing a lot of rift between the members or the leaders from that region, because most of them had called on all political parties to shelve their ambitions to run for that by-election and support Moses Masika Wetangula as candidate. That's one for Ford Kenya. But what has happened now, we have seen that Tanga has brought in their candidate, and also we have seen ODM clearly showing interest that most probably in the course of a few days they'll be declaring their candidate. And apart from that, also we have others who are saying also Jubilee is also thinking about having their own candidate. So everyone is now waiting to see how events will unfold there, because this is the political backyard for Moses Masika Wetangula and his party, which is Ford Kenya. And also we are still waiting to see, maybe on the Ford Kenya party side, one of the candidates who has been said most probably will take that nomination post has been campaigning slowly within the Kabuchai constituency. But we are aware that right now we have also other 2 candidates who have shown interest to vie for that position using the Ford Kenya political party ticket. And Ford Kenya said it is still waiting to have what we can call as party nomination, to be able to see between the 2 candidates that they have. One of them is called Majimbo and the other one is called Dr. Mukhwana, to see whom maybe they can support to continue voting for that position on Ford Kenya party ticket. So we are still waiting to see how things will unfold, and this is a similar occurrence that is also expected in Matungu in Kakamega County, because we know the 2 by-elections have been scheduled to take place on the same date of 4th March. In Matungu, briefly, we have already one political candidate for ANC, that is Mr. Peter, and also we have had already the Registrar of Political Parties has cleared 10 independent candidates. So we'll be waiting to see also if the Tanga faction by-election will have a candidate in Matungu, or even if ODM will also be able to field their own candidate in Matungu. But so far, we are still waiting to see if Ford Kenya will be able to come up quickly and propose one name for their position in Kabuchai, and also to see if ODM will do so, because already the Tanga faction has said their candidate will be Evans Kakai. Brenda.
All right, Willie Lusige, thank you for that in-depth explanation when it comes to that by-election that is expected next year in the Western region. But then to another developing story in Nairobi, still on matters by-election, and the Nairobi gubernatorial race slated for 18th February next year has kicked off in